you're wondering, my name is Sitara Faye. But I am also currently working out of a spare bedroom at a family member's house here in my hometown. So it has been quite funny for me to work the, background mojo here in this setting. But, I figure I might as well just share it. Why not? It's the circumstance right now, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, so I am going to do a 3-card reading. I was sitting here really contemplating what is coming through, what's coming up, and just kept feeling grab the cards. So we're just going to do a regular old 3-card reading. So go ahead and take a moment to take a deep breath, set your intention, offer yourself a bit of clarity. What is it that you would like to receive from this reading? Is there a specific area in your life that you're looking for clarity? Is there a particular topic, maybe a particular relationship? The more specific you can get with it, the more specific you are going to be able to receive the reading. And so since we are doing this as a collective reading, remember to take it as it resonates. You are your own guru. These are not designed to tell you how or what to do, how to make decisions. But even that being said, I actually listen to some tarot readers on YouTube, and sometimes there's just that one line that you needed to hear to help you just shift into a different field of awareness. So let's go ahead, set those intentions, offer a deep bow of gratitude to ourselves for showing up, and let's go ahead and pull some cards. And I'm going to start with a prayer because I actually have a lot of light coming through my space right now. So as we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Iatiato no kuapu sataya iaka anaya iaka pun ayawa iaha akatanaya. Ipua satanai ikiatarai ionawapua haakatanaya iaka. Isuatarai ianawapua pua. There's a prayer that's coming through that's very clear around releasing anxiety, releasing worry, releasing anxiousness of what is either what can happen or what might happen. It's like there's a bit of worry or anxiousness that's in the field, and the prayer that was coming through and the guidance that I was getting is to release and to relax, to let that information just kind of fall at the wayside, let it be still. I'm sorry, I have an eye thing going on. It's like let that energy fall away. Focus on what's working. Focus on what's bringing you joy. Focus on what is what is helping you, what is serving you, what is bringing you into the next level of your own awareness, the next level of your own ascension, allowing yourself to hone in on some beauty, something that is consistent. Oh, and I just pulled that card over, so I'm actually going to let that be an anchor card. Here we go. Okay, so we have 3-card reading, but like I said, I just absent-mindedly, always plan, pulled a card up, and so it is upside down, but it's happy. So in this deck, we do read these cards in the protection position. So what I'm getting with this is like, it's knowing what is important for you to protect and knowing what is already taken care of. But it's like, if you're gonna leave your laptop or something in the car when you go into the grocery store, of course you're gonna lock your car. You don't anticipate that anything would happen to it, and you don't necessarily want anything to happen to it. But it's also to say, protect your belongings, be aware of the world that you're living in, be aware of your surroundings. So this happy in the protection position, it is are you protecting the things that bring you joy? Are you protecting the things that make you happy? Are you allowing yourself to be in unison or in connection to what truly matters in the depths of your own heart, so that you can rest easy in that joy, knowing that that is protected? So this also has to do with boundaries being overstepped, people coming in or overstepping their boundaries. But the reason that they're overstepping their boundaries with you is so that you get more comfortable with verbalizing what your boundaries are. And so that you get more comfortable with saying, hey, no, I'm not really okay with that. Hey, no, I don't really want that to happen. Hey, no, that, like, this is where the line is. Please don't cross it. So this happy in the protection position is our anchor card for today. So what that means is that this is bringing in the theme of what we're going to be talking about. So this is about your joy, your presence, your participation in this life, what it is that you are cultivating and co-creating for yourself. So let's go ahead and start with this one here. Okay, so we have the observer. So this is technically in the third position, and this being in the third position is, technically past, present, future. But we can also just simply read them as three cards that go together here. So it doesn't have to necessarily be on the timeline, but this is as the observer. So circumstances, and especially with holidays coming up, we want to be aware that there are certain opportunities for us to observe our reality, or observe how we are interacting with the field. How are we participating with our external reality? So when we start to observe our own patterns and we start to observe our own behaviors, we start to recognize that there are certain things maybe that we are doing that also is not serving your highest and best good. So it's about taking inventory of what those patterns and behaviors are, to be able to maybe write them down, get really clear on those patterns, how you want to release them, and creating kind of a baby step by step sort of action plan that will help support you in clearing some of these behavior patterns, and also getting really clear on how you want to be seen in the world, how you want to present yourself, and also how you want to be seen. And know that this is not about creating an image. This is not about false authority. This is simply about how you are radiating. How is it that you want your frequency to be received by others? All right, so, we also have new life here. So I love this image. It's this fairy that is cracking out of a shell. So the new life card, and I'm sorry about the glare, but this new life card it's depicting what is obvious, right? What is obvious is that there is a complete shedding, there's a complete breaking down, there's a complete rebirth, right? So the last couple of months have been pretty grueling. If you've been a human being on this planet, especially in the United States and especially in some other countries that are having some real rocky turmoil, like, we're feeling so much of the collective of what's happening on a day-to-day basis, even if we're not totally conscious of it. So all of us collectively are feeling this collective shift that's happening, and simultaneously in our own little microcosms of our own lives have been experiencing this upheaval that allows room and spaciousness for new to enter. So that's what's happening, is that the shedding has taken place. The shell has been cracked. The shift has been made. We are stepping into a new field of our own consciousness, and again, how we want to show up and be seen in the world. So congratulations, you've made it through the rough spots, you've made it through the real significant challenges, and so now what it's about building the foundation for your new life, brick by brick by brick, and recognizing that you are the one that is responsible for bringing things into your life that you don't particularly want to have there. So if you are bringing them in, it's your responsibility to change your behaviors, change your actions, and maybe say the things that you haven't been wanting to say. Oh, and I love that we have this card, Serendipity. So these cards, they go in this order for you. So serendipity, new life, and the observer. So serendipity, I love that this is coming up, especially normally I would have read this one first, but today something different happened. Serendipity is about being in the right place at the right time. It's about things that it's what I just described, the right place, right time. That often is synchronicity, but serendipity to me has a connection to fate, has a connection to like a destiny point. And it doesn't have to be like the big D destiny, like the whole kit and caboodle, the whole reason that you're here. But I personally take it with a grain of salt. This is one of my beliefs. I believe that we have three different components to how we interact with this world. We have free will, we have destiny, and we have fate. Our free will is our ability to choose. It's our ability to choose whatever it is that we want. So we're not here as emotionless robots. We are here, I believe, with soul contracted options. So we come into this world, we airdrop down from the stork. We come into this world and we have different pathways. We have different timelines. Our free will depicts those points. Now, what I believe is fate is when fate comes in, a circumstance or an opportunity or a person comes into your life that is meant to be there, that was designed before the moment of incarnation to be there. I also believe in some ways that these fated experiences can be angels, that they don't always necessarily have to be what we would call real people. We live in a multi-dimensional world, so there are a lot of different possibilities. But I also kind of see fate as bumpers on the bowling alley. So if you're bowling and you maybe get a lot of gutter bowls, you know how you have those little bumpers that you're able to pull off. Sometimes I also believe that's what fate is. Fate is saying like, hey, you're not going in the right direction. This isn't, and you're not listening. So if you're not going in the right direction and you're not listening, this happened for me. I got in a car accident when I was 24, 25 years old. I broke my nose on the steering wheel. It was a horrible situation. I ended up having to get surgery on my nose. I've never said this publicly, to put my nose back in place. And when I was under anesthesia, my angels were there with me, and I remembered being under anesthesia, and they were like, look, this is not why you came here. And they gave me a whole rundown, and it was actually a month after that I got my business license and started using my abilities in a more consistent way to serve and help other people. And so, yeah, to me, that was a fated moment. It was very interesting to see how it happened, why it happened, the circumstances that were in place for it to happen. It was like absolute best case, worst case scenario. It was a big lesson for me to experience. And even though it was hard for me, there was a lot of points of it that it was very serendipitous, because it put me on the track that I now know very clearly I was here to embody. And you know, my younger 20-year-old self just was not ready to take on the responsibility that I am now here becoming the woman that I am becoming, to be able to fulfill what I believe is my soul calling, what I believe is my destiny. And you know, calling in the help and support of the guardians, the guides, all of the multi-dimensional support team that is here with me in this world. And I'm saying this as me, and they are also there with you in the same way they are there for me. We all have a multi-dimensional support network. We all have angels, we all have guardians, we all have guides, we all have helper beings. We have so much support that is here for us when we are able to connect in with our higher self and our multi-dimensional support squad, as we'll call them. So the serendipity card, I obviously went on a few tangents, but it feels very important. And then destiny. So we have free will, fate, and destiny. Destiny is like your ultimate soul calling. And when I say like big D destiny, it is like that. I believe that there is really one big one big giant reason that your soul incarnated. And so if you are able to connect with that one big giant reason that your soul incarnated into this world at this time, you're able to see more clearly how fate and free will interacts with that. And so the destiny, I believe, is fully interconnected with your divine purpose. Your divine purpose, I feel, is more, it's almost like it's more tangible once you find it, once you understand it, once you connect with it. I think Albert Einstein is quoted in saying that the two most important days in a person's life is the day that he's born, or she, and then the day they find out why. And so that the destiny is a little bit more out of reach. The destiny is like, I know what my divine purpose is. I don't know fully where that is going to take me. I don't know fully what's going to happen in 20 to 30 years. I don't know fully how many lives I'm going to be able to influence, even though I have just this wicked drive and passion inside of me that is relentless. Relentless. No matter how bad things have gotten, no matter how intense my life has gotten or my circumstances have been, this drive inside of me to continue to serve in the way that I know best, and not only to continue to serve, but to learn all of the things that I have needed to learn. The digital programs, I'm way more tech savvy. I've had to learn about financial work, like the amount of professions that I have had to learn in order to be able to serve in this way, so that I can be here with you and to make this not only a living for me, but a livelihood for many, is no small feat. And so that churning, that intensity that is inside of me, and my willingness to say, yes, I'm up for this. Yes, I want to do this. Activating my own free will to say, I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm willing, I'm ready. Listening to when those fated encounters come in by people, places, things, events, opportunities. And you bet, I have squandered opportunities that have come to me because I was not ready, or I had not embodied a level of maturity that I needed to be able to stand in the presence of what that opportunity was calling forward for me. So we continue to grow and we continue to evolve. So the serendipity that's here for you and the stories that I'm sharing, I hope that they activate some parts within you that allow you to really commit to your reason for being, your divine purpose, to be able to embody your destiny. And I'm going to share one more story because I think it's relevant before we close this out. So at my very first live event that we had here in Reno, we did it at a casino. I love working with the frequency of electronics to evoke awakening too. That's a whole other segment. But we did this meditation, and this meditation was called Claim Your Spot. And we did a meditation. There was about 50 people in the room, and we are seeing, it's like envisioning and being there with yourself as your fully embodied highest potential in this body. So for me, my higher self does not look the way that I look. There are similarities, but it's different. So the claiming your spot, it was about seeing who you are in this world, in this body, in this incarnation, as your fully embodied presence. So as we were able to get to that place, as we were able to see from that vantage point, when we were there, because we were there together and we were creating this collective field, it was very interesting what I observed. What I had observed is that there were a lot of spots where you could see in this field that there were people, let's say maybe even people that were supposed to come to the event that backed out or something in that way. We could see where there were empty spots. And as I could see those empty spots, there was almost a telepathic knowing that came to me. Oh, these are the people that came into this world, that came to this planet, that came into this life, and did not use their free will in a way to maximize their potential, but not necessarily maximize their potential by means of like striving and hustling and grinding and like pulling all the levers. That's not even really necessarily what it's about. It's just simply about not getting lazy. It's about not letting the circumstances of life beat you down in such a way that you're not able to stand tall in your own presence. Every single lesson that comes to you, no matter how hard, no matter how much you want to be a victim, no matter how horribly, absolutely upside down, sideways, how terrible it is there specifically for you to learn. And so when we integrate and we cultivate emotional intelligence and we cultivate maturity through these experiences, we're able to continue to forge a different level of controlled, mature fire within ourselves that is able to embody the fullness of your own presence in this world, the fullness of your higher self, the fullness of your angelic presence, the fullness of your fill in the blank. But it is us that has to activate our free will to want to initiate that movement forward. And you do not have to be spiritual to succeed in any of this, by the way. It helps. But there are a lot of people in this world that have fully actualized their presence, their higher self, their potential, without actually knowing the mechanics of what it is that they're doing on a multidimensional plane. But I believe right now that this information is here for us, and we're able to use these platforms to share this knowledge in a way that is more widespread. And that widespread knowledge and sharing of the information of our multidimensional selves and what we're capable of doing here in this world to encourage each other to continue to rise it's a very, very, very powerful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful thing that we have to share here together. So I hope this reading serves you. If you came in late, feel free to go back and rewatch. Let's go ahead and do a little light transmission before we close out. And I do want to let you know that Rise, my newest program, we have got the engine up and running. The fuel is in the tank. We are crossing a few T's and dotting the I's. But if you are interested in joining us on that journey, I'm thrilled to be creating community in this way again. So Rise is for open-minded visionaries, entrepreneurs, creators, people that are ready to actually kind of step into the roles that we're talking about here with accountability, with different courses, with insights, with coaching, with support. And from where I'm standing, it is wildly affordable. So please don't let that be something that holds you back from being able to tap into what we're creating together. I'll also say that 10 out of 10 of my clients have said that they felt an intuitive draw and an intuitive pull to work with me. So I also believe that by planting these seeds and making these videos, you'll know when and why that this course is for you without even necessarily needing to know the logistics or what goes into it and all the stuff and all of the presence and power that is there, ready to be cultivated within yourself, within the group that we are creating. So, of course, reach out to me on Instagram is the easiest way, at sitara.speaks, and me or my team will be more than happy to connect with you and get you some of that information. Easiest way, though, is to just send me the word RISE. As I've mentioned, there is an automated sequence that will be activated to gather some information to learn about what you are creating. So please just play along. And then obviously I'll pick up the conversation after you get the information. All right, my sweet love. So let's go ahead and take a nice big deep breath. You can place your hands on your heart if that feels ready for you or right for you in this moment. Feeling the activations of destiny, fate, and free will. Ia tona ia kona kai siatarai, ia tono kua pusa karakai ani ia kiatarai, ia kiatarai, ia no puta kai, kuna karakia toro kurkai no moa pue a siatarai kia, ia tiatarai, ia no kua pua kiatarai, io atianai kia toroa kia no kua pu sutu takai, tukuna karakia, toto karakia, tukura karakaputa karakapuna kia katakai. Ia te a kia sia te a tionu o ni a ia ioni o a puoni ki a kia tarai ia ni a waha a kapai o a sia tarai. And taking a nice big deep breath, connecting once again your root chakra to the center of the planet. Connecting in with Mama Gaia. And allowing that golden radiance of light above the crown of your head. A golden sun. Just go ahead and visualize a golden sun above the crown of your head, magnetizing and collecting any and all energy that you have left from past conversations, any other timelines, people, places, or things. Allow this golden sun to work as a magnet, calling your energy back. And let that magnet do its thing. Beautiful. And go ahead and drop that golden sun into the crown of your head, allowing it to pour into each and every cell in your physical body, bringing yourself to your highest, absolute highest radiance, grounding out any and all energy, neutralizing, bringing your entire field to a neutral gold frequency. And when you are feeling super full of your own energy, go ahead and brush off the crown of your head. Hello, open your eyes if that feels right. Beautiful. And so if you feel called, DM me Rise on Instagram, and I will love to chat with you soon. All right, my sweet dears, as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. Ciao, ciao.